Joined here by the lovely.
My name is Felicity Metis.
So Felicity, the event has been a success, I must say. As with you as the host, what would you say is your top thing to do to make an event interesting?
Honestly, that would be crowd engagement because you have to create a rapport with the audience because you need them to stay with you from start to end, and you actually need them to enjoy being at the event. So once I have a good crowd rapport, I think we are good to go.
I must say you did that really well.
Thank you.
So, on to the next point, I want to know your personal take on feminism. I really liked how you talked us through it, and I still feel that most of us, especially females, still don't get it correctly because we still find ways in saying that men don't play the part when in fact they are the people on the wrong, and they are in a way perpetrating the femicide. So, talk me through femicide to you.
All right. So can we cut? You said feminism.
Femicide, femicide.
Feminism when we're starting.
Okay.
So would you like to take another take so that the editing would be great?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Felicity, Felicity, when we were talking in the event, you had very interesting points when it comes to femicide, and I wanted to know, what is femicide personally to you? How do you describe that? Talk me through that.
All right. For me, it would be the unjust killing of women just because they're women, and I know that that is a definition used almost everywhere.
Okay.
And during the event, you heard that there were a lot of questions that people were raising and comments, basically, on the fact that why are you just talking about femicide? Why are we not hearing anything about Andrecide? And I absolutely agree that we also need to talk about the fact that murder is wrong, regardless of who is killed. But I do not like the fact that every single time we now start talking about the issues that women are facing is when everybody else now wants to start talking about the issues that men are facing, and it's usually men without exactly taking a stand on their own. So for me, I would just like to pose a question to everybody who is constantly asking, what are you doing for the boy child, because they're also getting murdered by women. I'd like to just pose the question of, as a person, you, the individual who's asking the question, what are you doing to ensure that that is not happening anymore? Because women from time immemorial have come together collectively and said, this is a female issue, women are going through this, and we need to stand together. And you find that women have even created allyship with even men who are actually coming together as advocates against femicide. So my biggest take away from this event would be, we have to agree that femicide is wrong, and there is nothing that will justify that. And it's crazy because we still have so many people being femicide apologists and just GBV apologists, like, she did this and that's why this happened. If only she had done this, and this wouldn't have happened. And that begs the question, as a woman, do you not take good care of yourself?
We do.
Exactly, like
That's the point. We do. What more should we do?
Exactly. It doesn't make sense anymore. Now the conversation needs to shift from women do this, women do this, women do this, to actually holding perpetrators accountable to why are you killing women? And that killing needs to stop. Not because, oh, Sujui, we killed her because she did what. It's all just a lot of things that are going to, it's preventing us from going to the root cause of the problem and actually finding solutions for the problem. Yes.
Okay, so what were your expectations coming into the event, and do you think that they have been met?
Absolutely. My greatest expectation was just that the film Daughter of the Lake would actually spark conversation among young people, and I love that was the audience today, and it did. And I think that a lot of advocacy work is rooted in, and true change and impact is rooted in people learning and relearning. And I love that that is what Kijivu Africa provided this evening, where we came together and we were saying, you bring your opinion. We may not like it, we may not agree with it, but bring it, and then let somebody else bring it. We may like it, we may not like it, and then collectively we come together and say, now really, what is the right thing, and what is really next for every single one of us? How can we involve ourselves actively in creating a difference in terms of issues as GBV?
And that brings me to my next question, Felicity. So what next to you as Felicity? What next?
For me, I am a huge advocate against SGBV. And of course, we know that femicide is literally the last stage of gender-based violence, because now you're literally offing someone because they're gone. I am a huge advocate against sexual and gender-based violence, and we do that through my organization, which was co-founded by Akos Modis. It's called Freedom in Healing. We deal with issues anti-sexual violence and mental health, and we have had even conversations this evening of how mental wellness usually intersectionalizes with issues around sexual and gender-based violence, and we're just coming together to create that gap. One thing I love about our organization is we actually have community-led solutions, because we let the participants actually be able to come up with them, and then we just help in implementing. And apart from that, we offer therapy sessions for survivors of SGBV. And it has just been such a great community, because we have created support groups and come together to just ensure that all of us are actually taking an active stand. And it should also be important to mention that I am an award-winning spoken word artist. And I do poetry specifically for advocacy, and a lot of it is on women issues. So as far as I am concerned, I think I am already doing an incredible job, but I need to just constantly and continuously do more and more and more consistently.
Until we get the results we want. Absolutely. Okay. So do you have any links to your work or where people can find you? And I've also heard you've mentioned about therapy. I'd also like to ask, because many people say therapy is expensive, is on the expensive side. So I'd like to know, is your therapy charged or is it free?
Amazing. Therapy indeed is expensive. The expensive actually depends, but it is, and not easily accessible to a lot of us. So we charge our therapy sessions unless someone is part of the program. So we have like a program called She's Free. So if you attend the workshop, then you register for therapy on that day of the event, then it's easy for us to be able to do follow-ups with you, because you are now a fellow at our program. We have another one called Teenies Mtaani. It usually targets minors. If the child is in the program for that 6 weeks, the program is ongoing, then we will offer therapy to them for free of charge. But otherwise, the rest of it, we actually charge. So you can just get in touch with us. On socials, it's Freedom in Healing. So everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, find us there. For my poetry, it's Felicity Moody's, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
Sawa. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you.
And thank you so much for having me over here. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you too. Okay.